Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Welcome back, y'all. Today we have another user suggestion, a viewer suggestion. Thank you very much, Jim Meadows 6454. I think that was right. For the suggestion of the Metal Earth Steampunk Butterfly. He mentioned that it was fun, but somewhat finicky. So today is just going to be a build and review. We'll take a look and we'll see just how finicky it is. All right, here is the packaging for the Metal Earth Steampunk Butterfly. And, well, I mean, based on this, it doesn't seem particularly difficult. It looks mostly flat with some details popping out a little bit. The body looks like it could be problematic. The eyes particular, but we will see. The backside, there's really not a lot of information here at all. This must be one of their older ones. I mean, it's 1.5 sheets. There's no difficulty rating, nothing like that on here. Oh, wait. I think the difficulty rating is hidden underneath this. I can't get it off. Alright, well, that said, yeah, it looks like, there's the difficulty rating. You can see it starting to peek through there. Where is this thing listed? There we go. What is that? Is that a 4 or a 5? Looks like that's it. Okay, so this is listed as a 4 difficulty. Alright, well, doesn't seem too bad. Let's get this thing open and see what's inside. Alright, here is what comes inside. 1.5 sheets as promised. Taking a look though, there are some pretty small pieces here. I mean, not too small, I guess. We got a couple of them like down here that seem fairly tiny. And on the other sheet, more of the same. These aren't particularly big, but they don't look like minuscule. So I don't foresee too many issues off the top. One thing I don't see though is the body. Unless, I wonder if the body comes in separate chunks. We've got different pieces. That'll be interesting to see. Alright. We've got 2 sheets of instructions here. So let's go ahead and get some pieces cut out and get this thing built. And here it is, y'all. The Metal Earth Steampunk Butterfly, fully assembled. And first, I really do want to thank Jim Meadows 6454 for the suggestion. I really appreciate all my viewer suggestions. This one is a piece that's just, it doesn't really appeal to me. The build itself, it was fun during doing the wings, but the body is where things really just kind of fell apart. And neither steampunk nor butterflies or insects of any kind is really my cup of tea. Let me bring this thing in. I don't think this is a 4 difficulty. Not at all. Mr. Meadows did mention this was fiddly. I think that's a bit of an understatement. So, the wings themselves have this beautiful design. We've got these wonderful gears. There's little supports on them to give them more of a depth to it, which, you know, I think kind of turned out well. As you can see, the antenna here, no matter what I do to tighten those things up, I mean, obviously I haven't super glued them, but they just flop around all over the place, and nothing I can seem to do about it. The wings themselves are not particularly secure. You can't bring them up because the weight keeps bringing it back down. And there's a break in the center without a lot of support. It's hidden by the body here. And it just means that you end up with this flat look instead of being able to bring it up like it's maybe in flight or something, which I don't particularly like too much either. Body itself is just a bunch of half cylinders until you get to the front and back. And that's where things get really funky. Trying to get all of these little pieces together, and I mean, at this scale, it probably wouldn't be too difficult if this was twice the size or 3 times the size, but at this scale, that was insanely hard. The underside, lots of beautiful detail, but not much in the way of like metal earthwork or anything like that. It's just painted on detail for the most part. The legs are kind of flimsy, and you know, I don't particularly feel that they are shaped appropriately, mainly because I have to shape them. As in, there's no real support here to ensure that the legs have the proper shape. So it's really where that stands. The piece itself is not particularly big. As you can see, it just kind of lays flat. The head has these tiny, tiny little eyes, which I thought were going to be harder to put on than they were. They actually ended up being quite easy to get assembled. So, you know, that part at least is good. I don't really have anything to compare this to, so I'm not going to bring out any other pieces to set beside it. I would go on a difficulty scale. I mean, the wings are definitely a 4, maybe even a 3. The center mass body, that would be a 4, maybe a 5. These ends, probably closer to a 6. Just because of the scale. I mean, it's not that it's a complicated build, it's just the scale sucks. So, I mean, that's really my take on it. If you decide to take this on, you know, I hope you really enjoy it, and I hope you get the most out of it. That's really all I got to say here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have a great day.